So I've decided to take on a challenge and develop a game in 24 hours. Coming up. Hey guys, it's Travis Vroman. It's been a while since I posted a video, and it's been even longer since I've actually set out to complete a game. The last time I completed a game was in 2014. It was a Flappy Bird clone called Stupid Duck. It was just a simple game that I made over the weekend, and it was a really fun exercise, and it's out on Google Play. It has been, and there's nothing fancy about it. I just really wanted the experience of starting a game and completing it and seeing it through to the finish all the way to release. So I did that, but since then I haven't really done much else. As you may or may not know, I do develop games as my day job, as it were. So I do it professionally. In fact, I'm the lead developer in the studio that I work for currently. So I do quite often make games. In fact, I make games almost every day of my life. But it's somebody else's project, if that makes any sense. I guess the difference is, instead of working on somebody else's games and somebody else's ideas, I kind of want to work on my own ideas and see the game through from start to finish on my own, like I did a couple of years ago. So what I did was I decided to take on a challenge for myself. And that challenge is basically to test my skills as a developer and see if I can actually do it. I wanted to be able to see if I could take a game idea that I had come up with years ago and write all the code and make all the assets and do all the testing and get it wrapped up and complete in 24 hours. And the idea is that it wouldn't be 24 hours of straight development time like you might see in a game jam or something like that. You know, I do have a full-time job and I do have other responsibilities, so, you know, just cutting out an entire section of time like that all in one shot is not really always possible for me. But what I figured I would do is the next best thing, which is block out, an hour or two, a few days a week, and wind up with a cumulative 24 hours. So when I say it's a 24-hour development, it's 24 cumulative hours. It's not 24 hours as in one calendar day. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've come up with the idea. Actually, it's an idea that I came up with several years ago. And the idea is that you basically, it's a Sokoban game. Now, for those of you who have never played a Sokoban game before or don't know what that is, it's the type of game where you, the player can push boxes around a level. And you can only push, you can't pull. And you have to get the box from one point to another in the level. So the biggest challenge of the whole thing, of course, is that you can't pull, or you can't push. The biggest challenge, of course, is that you can't pull a block. You can only push it. So in other words, if you push a block up against the wall, you're kind of screwed. You have to start the level over. So it's kind of a basic game. It's super basic, actually. And the original game idea that I had written years ago had a bunch of features in it, which may or may not make it into the final product. We'll see. But what I'm really looking for here is to get a playable game done in 24 hours. So the premise of the game, like I said, is it's a Sokoban game. You play as a farmer, a cattle farmer, who is tending to his farm or whatever during an alien invasion, and he needs to save his cattle. So you're basically pushing cattle across the screen. So instead of pushing a box like you do in most of them, you're pushing cattle. And the name of the game is Bullshift. So it's a little bit of a play on words there, but it's it's a really simple game. There's very few mechanics that need to be worried about, so it should be pretty straightforward to implement. I've already decided that I'm going to do this as an HTML5 game, because that seems to be the quickest way to stand up a game without using like a full-blown game engine or anything like that. And I'm going to try implementing the entire thing on my own from scratch, as it were. I might use a library here or there to help me with some of the heavy lifting, like the WebGL stuff and whatnot, because there's no way you can bootstrap WebGL and get a game complete in 24 hours. It's just not going to happen. So anyways, yeah, the idea is Sokoban game, Bullshift, 24 hours. So I'll be posting another video about this later on when I've got an update about it, or when the game is complete. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any comments or things that you'd like to see about that project, please feel free to leave a comment below. Please hit the like button. I really need those likes. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. And feel free to subscribe to see more updates about that. I'm also going to be posting a lot more videos about game development stuff coming very soon. So yeah. Again, thank you guys for watching, and see you tomorrow.